transform things and become the change you've always expected to see. Men who were artisans, who were digging well, who had nothing, they have so much today. Why? They saw a vacuum and decided to fill it. Maybe you came from a family where your father was nobody, but I tell you, because you are poor, afford to the privilege to change something. It's my special pleasure and privilege to have you. This is a very well carved out time that is slated to change somebody's life. And I want to believe, God, that this opportunity will not go away without having a special impact in your life. The essence of this program is to bring about a change that is very, very necessary, very vital in creating a new you. You need to have a new outlook. You need to look at yourself. You need to think about a bigger thing you can become. You need to think it because it is possible. I believe the impossibility is very possible, because with God all things are possible. I'm not here to preach. I'm just here to bring about some possibility teachings that will turn your life around and put it on the direction of prosperity, on the direction where you begin to amass those things you've always lacked before now. Forbes Magazine came with a report that still shocks this person you are hearing his voice this evening on television. And what did Forbes Magazine say? Forbes Magazine gave a report that 95% of the people dwelling today, alive today, in developing world like Africa, that 95% of the people are either managing life, living in post-stricken kind of life, what I call poverty in extremity. Whereas only 5% of the people are bourgeois. They live in mansions. They ride the best of cars. They have the best enjoyment, the best entertainment there is in the whole continent of Africa, especially in Nigeria. 5% only. They are the people that made up what we call billionaires in this part of the world. But 95%, they are living in slums. They are civil servants. At times they work, nobody who pays them. At times when they collect the money, it will not be able to afford any meaningful thing in the market. Every day their problems continue to grow from leap to bounds. And one has been asking, does it mean nothing can be done in the direction of changing the life of the people, so that the gap between the rich, they have so much, and the have-nots, the poor, will somehow be minimized, or that gap will be cut, or that gap will be brought nearer? No wonder why there are so many crimes all over Nigeria. From one state to the other, we keep hearing about one crime or the other, because people are not happy. The gap is too much. The people cannot even take charge. But I bring you good news. You can definitely be what you want to become. You can definitely be what the world never expected you can be. If the world throws lemon on you, for God's sake, stop complaining. Use that lemon to create lemonade. Crush that lemon and make lemonade. If the world is throwing apples on you, stop complaining. Pick those apples, you can crush it and bring about juice. And when you can make a juice and a sweetie, people will begin to look for you anywhere you go. Welcome to this important teaching. I simply called it Secret of Success. I don't want to know where you are coming from. I don't want to know your background. It's not important to me whether you've attended the biggest school or not. These days, your certificate will not deliver you. These days, the amount of what you've studied or what you've gathered in the university in the average towers will not save. That there is difference between what you call poverty and the real poverty. If you ask a typical Nigerian, he will tell you a man is poor, a woman is poor, because the person has no money in his wallet, or the person has no money in her purse. But that's not true. A poor person, a poor man, a poor woman is a person that lacks idea. Because any idea inside of you, you can use it to add value to people's life. And once you're able to add value to somebody's life, you are making the money. If you are in doubt, just think about something that will help you help somebody around you. Anytime you can add something that will bring about meaning, render service to someone, or render service to many people, you are talking about much money. Because as many people you can touch or affect their life, that transforms to money, cash. You begin to go to banks. You begin to think about the airplane you can ride. People who are billionaires, people who are millionaires in the world, they are not created with 10 heads. You can rise up from that slum. You can rise up from that state of poverty and take a bold decision today to change your life, to turn around your life, and everything that has been worrying you, begin to worry those things. If you knock at one door and that door is closed, don't stop there. You can try another door. Everything that comes like an opportunity will not come like opportunity the first time. They will come like challenges. They will come like difficulties. They will come as a thing that will cause you despair. But it's left for you to rise up and tell the challenges in their face. You can break them to pieces. You can change them and become somebody. You can change the family story. Maybe you came from a family where your father was nobody. You came from a family where nobody helped you. Nobody wants to know the kind of background they are coming from. But I tell you, because you are poor, afford you the privilege to change something. If you are in doubt, I would like to give you a reference that will change your life forever. Just sit down. Begin to think about people who had it so much. About 20, 30 years in this country. The people they call the founding fathers of this nation and other African nations. Tell me how many of their children are governors in this country. Tell me how many of their children are in the State House of Assembly. Tell me how many of their children are great bourgeois in business. Tell me how many of their children are in the Senate or the House of Reps. Why? Because they got to a comfort zone where they had nothing to offer and they had no other option than to chicken out. Look at the universities, the professors that are there. There are people that found it very difficult to get trained in university. There are people that had nothing. Nobody knew their family history, but they decided to fill a vacuum. They decided to render a service. They decided to touch and change their life. And today there are celebrities everywhere. One thing I want to tell somebody watching me right now is that not minding your state of nobodiness, you can transform things and become the change you've always expected to see. You can begin to change and be that change you've wanted to be in your life. It is a possibility. And how do I know you can change your life? And how do I know you can become rich? How do I know you can become successful? I got a place in the Bible that made me marvel. With God, all things are possible. Without God, all things are permissible. What are we not talking about? I have 3 reasons to buttress my fact that not minding your low level in life, you can rise up to the top. You can become a man of stability. You can become a force to reckon with. You can be a changer. People will always point at and say that this man, this woman is truly a successful person. But it starts from your choice, the kind of decision you desire to make. We are by choice poor. We are by choice rich. It depends on how you think. Your mindset, your ability to transform things will definitely make you the you want to be. Number 1 reason, God cannot abandon you. God cannot abandon you. It does not matter how you look at it. God in the first instance created you to take dominion. Dominion of environment. Dominion of those things that have been causing you fright. Dominion of those things that have been causing you sleepless night. You can rise up and dominate your environment. Whether you're a doctor, whether you're in music, whether you're a producer, whether you're a cameraman like my brother, whether you're teaching in a school, whether you're a businessman, whether you're a student, you can desire by choice to take dominance, to be a leader and not a follower. I thank God for the book of Deuteronomy. The Bible said we are not created to be the tail. We are not created to be under. We are created to be the head. I hope somebody is understanding me. And once you see the possibility of your being a head, you begin to confess it in your mouth, so shall you become. Any man that wants to achieve something in life will begin to have a focus, that direction. You wake up in the morning not minding the difficulties of last night. You tell yourself, you assure yourself, definitely you know you can make it. You tell yourself, you remind yourself, you're wonderfully and fearfully made. As soon as those things will renew the kind of consciousness that leads you, nothing will stop you from being a great person. Factor number 2, no condition is permanent. No condition is permanent. That's the second reason that has buttressed the fact that you can change from where you are to somebody else, from a low level to a higher level. No condition is permanent. I've told you that it's not all the people that had it before that are having anything to show for it now. Go to your village. The people that were so rich some 10 years ago, they are now history. And you find out that the families of beggars, the families of men who were artisans, who were digging well, who had nothing, they have so much today. Why? They saw a vacuum and decided to fill it. They saw an opportunity and decided to utilize it. they saw a privilege and decided to ride on the back of a tiger. When you don't have a thing, you begin to look for a thing. When you have so much, you begin and you tend to leave even the ones you have. Number 3 reason I know you watching this particular episode of Secret of Success can rise from the state where you are to a greater level is you can decide to reprogram yourself. You can decide to reprogram yourself. By reprogramming, I mean leave the negativity thought inside you and begin to see positivity. People can show you things you cannot do. People can show you things and reasons why you cannot get to the top. But you can decide to tell yourself, I must make it. And give yourself reasons why you must make it. Don't look at the side of your life that's telling you cannot get to the top. Look at the side of positivity. Look at the side that assures you can rise to the top. And definitely that's what it's going to be.